Hello, fellow gamers. Today is the day I finally dive in to my long neglected backlog of games. Well, kind of dive in, I'll at least dive into talking about them. This could have been a much longer list, but I've got 5 possible gems lined up that I've been itching to play, but they have just sat on my backlog for way too long. So join me on this adventure as I explore the games that are on my shelf, that are also on my backlog, that I've been patiently waiting to play. Before we dive in, I want to reiterate these are my top 5 games in my backlog that I feel like I will actually get to sooner than later, and I'm going to focus on kind of more modern titles. If I threw the retro games in there, this list would be way too long. So mostly focused modern titles, games that are physically on my shelf that I really do feel like I'm gonna get to. So let me know if any of these games are on your backlog, if they're great games, if I shouldn't waste my time. But that's enough. Let's dive into this list with number 5. We're gonna start with Bayonetta Origins, Cereza, and the Lost Demon, a prequel and a spin-off of the mainline Bayonetta series. Once upon a time, there was a young witch named Cereza. Long before this trainee of the dark arts would come to be called Bayonetta, she took a fateful journey into the forbidden Avalon Forest. Alongside her was Cheshire, her very first demon, possessing Cereza's stuffed toy. Play as both Cereza and Cheshire and search through the treacherous forest to look for the power to save Cereza's mother. Just look at this vibrant world. The puzzles and the battles promise a unique experience. I can't believe I've waited this long to embark on Cereza's journey. So the reviews on this one are pretty solid. I mean, IGN gives it a 9 out of 10. It seems a bit high, but the game was developed by Platinum Games, so hey, should be pretty good, right? It isn't an overly long game from what I understand, so I just need a break from playing the more mainline games so I can hop into this one. So I'm excited to see what this colorful adventure has in store. I've never actually played one of the mainline Bayonetta games, so is that something I should get around to? I don't know, but this one looks more like a little bite-sized adventure that seems more up my alley gameplay-wise, so I'm excited to check out Cereza for the first time, hopefully soon. But next up, in the number 4 spot, is the highly praised Elden Ring. I've heard so much about this game and its breathtaking landscapes and challenging battles. Not to mention it did win Game of the Year at the 2022 Game Awards, so what's taking me so long to play it? From Software has a reputation for delivering unforgettable yet challenging experiences from Dark Souls to Armored Core, so I guess one of the hurdles that I'm having to battle in my mind maybe is that little challenging side with that difficulty. Also the time commitment. I believe this is a very long game, correct me if I'm wrong, so I just haven't gotten a chance to get around to it yet, but I will. Is that fair, or should I just get to it sooner than later? Still, one day I will be ready to explore this massive open world and face those trials that await. I'm gonna play it on PS4. Hopefully that runs just as well or close to how it runs on PS5. Either way, I'm gonna get to it. This next one I considered putting higher on the list, but I think it's okay in this number 3 spot, and that game is the quirky Cult of the Lamb. Who doesn't want to be a lamb leading a cult of adorable creatures? Count me in. The humor and unique challenges in this game have piqued my interest. It looks to be part roguelike, part management survival sim. Typically, I'm not a huge roguelike fan, though I did enjoy Hades at least for a bit. But when it comes to the Cult of Lamb, I like the idea of the quicker dungeons, the more simple combat, and just its multi-genre gameplay. So breaking up the repetitiveness of previous roguelikes that I've played. So in this multi-genre way, kind of reminds me of ActRaiser for the Super Nintendo. Is that a fair comparison? I do get the feeling this one might be better played on the PC. Let me know if you've played it on both. I definitely plan to play this on Nintendo Switch. So either way, I can't wait to experience the unexpected twists and turns in Cult of the Lamb. So speaking of cults, while you're here, why not hit that subscribe button? Anyway, next! This next game could have easily been in the #1 spot, but here we are at #2, and that game is Hollow Knight. This game is hailed as a masterpiece, and I can't wait to discover why. The atmospheric world, intricate level design, and challenging bosses all promise an unforgettable journey. I've had numerous friends and coworkers telling me I need to play through this game. It seems everyone loves Hollow Knight, and by watching clips of the gameplay, I can see why. So from what I understand, it's close to a 30-hour game, which admittedly I tend to lean toward games closer to the 15-20 hour range. But if this game's as good as they say, I definitely need to just get in there, and I'm sure the 30 hours or maybe even 30 plus will fly by. I'll definitely be getting to it sooner rather than later. I feel like Hollow Knight would be a great game to play during the spooky Halloween season, so maybe I'll wait until then to give it a shot. I don't know if I can wait that long. We'll see. And here we are, the #1 spot, the game that I just need to finally finish. And that game for this backlog adventure is The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD. Visiting Hyrule and the Twilight Realm is long overdue in my book. I started this game when the HD Wii U version came out in 2016, but I never got around to finishing it. Just about every year since, it's been at the top of my backlog, even mentioning it numerous times on our New Year's Instagram posts over on the Cartridge Twins. So, I just need to finish it. Yet, here we are, another game unfinished. Admittedly, this is partly due to having to fire up the Wii U. I love the console. I think it was great. Yeah, it didn't have that many games, but I had a lot of fun with the ones that it did have. So, I'm thinking maybe if the Switch ever got a port, I'd go that route. And I know as soon as I dedicate time to the Wii U version, Nintendo is going to announce that it's coming to the Switch or it's coming to the next console. So I think that's kind of what's holding me up, because really being able to play it in that portable mode is something I would love. So alas, I wait. Either way, I'm eager to rediscover the magic of a more traditional Zelda game and relive just this epic tale of Twilight Princess that I've heard so much about. Will 2024 be the year? Maybe. I hope so. Stay tuned to find out. And there you have it. These are the games that are on my shelf that I really have been itching to play. I need to get to. The backlog isn't getting any shorter, so maybe after making this video, I'm gonna go dive into it. We'll see. So which ones did I forget? Which games should I dive into first? Do you have any games at the top of your backlog that you want to get to? I'd love to hear it. So drop your thoughts in the comments. If you want to follow along in this gaming adventure, make sure you subscribe, because without video games, things do not seem to go as well.